Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Trigger. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Verb. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Doing very good.
Excellent. Glad to hear it, since we're coming to you live from inside the chicken wire shell of a gay pride parade float.
Oh, okay.
We're within
Chicken
the float
wire?
for the gay pride parade. It's Pride Month, the month of June. Pride Month, Adam.
Yeah.
So proud. Anyway, we got a good show for you folks tonight. Lots of stuff going on in the world right now. Lots of interesting happenings happening about. Lots of remembrances on this great day in history. And don't worry, we may even reveal the secret to a way out by the end of the show. Don't you worry. We'll get to it. But first...
Wait. There's so much. Way out of what? The float, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You can break out of a float with this method every time. 100% of the time. So sit back, relax, hope you have yourself an ice cold beverage in hand. Adam's got himself a point. He went down to the poob. Got himself a point. That's how you say it overseas, right?
Point?
Like points. Point. Like points in a game.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just like points in our life. Just like points in our local neighborhood as reported in the Scanner Radio. 3100 block of Apache, Hannibal, Missouri. HPD en route for a subject armed with a hammer.
Oh, here we go.
Updated. Armed with a firearm.
Oh, no.
The hammer was a gun. The first couple replies are just a period. And then old Judith just tagged somebody, another period. They got the address wrong. I don't know. Fight season is too spicy this year. Firearms already? It's only June. Come on.
Yeah. It only now cracked 80 degrees.
Firearms are for the 4th of July, folks. Save it.
Yeah.
Save
June and August. Or July and August.
Save it up. But that wasn't the only fight season update. 14th and Harrison QPD was out with a male in shorts carrying a machete. Dun, 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 dun. Very menacing. And I have to share Maggie's sentiment. My. Oh, machetes, firearms. It's only the 4th of June. What will they think of next? There haven't been enough street-wide bat fights for my liking, though. So.
Oh, we're bound to get that. We're bound to get one of those calls for a 30-person brawl.
I'm hoping this weekend. It's been hot, so it's gonna be nice out. I'm guessing there'll be fiery passions.
We got the Grand Prix going this week too.
Yeah, I forgot about the Grand Prix for a second. For those who don't know, there is a large go-kart race in Quincy every year called the Grand Prix. They just restarted it back up probably 3 years ago now. And it's tomorrow in Quincy. People come from all over to race go-karts. It's pretty exciting.
You will see an accident.
Probably. They usually have one spot on the track where it's like there's a little rise and they catch air when they go over it on the wrong side.
Yeah, it's like the place where I always go, mainly because it's like the easiest and most convenient place to like enter and observe.
Yes. And
so then I was watching it with, when the boys were toddlers, and I'm like, whoa, that dude looked like he almost died. Let's move.
So I'm planning on being there tomorrow. Allison wasn't so sure if she wanted to go, but I think I could talk her into it. But I'm not sure. With everything that's been going on, I'm not sure if we should go because the world could just fall down around us because apparently buildings keep collapsing in town. 803 North 6 QFD responding for a house caving in, structure collapsing on itself. This old brick structure, which was probably a beautiful home once upon a time, was apparently in such a state of disrepair that it was collapsing in on itself.
What?
Oh, yes.
I live in an old house.
Well, I think they just redid the roof on that thing, though, so you might be all right.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's not the other parts of it, though. Where was that? Where did that happen?
803 North 6th.
Okay. Yeah, that side of town has a lot of rough.
What are you trying to say about that side of town?
There's a handful of houses that are in disrepair, and it's an older area of town. That's what I'm trying to say.
Interesting.
Those houses need a hug.
That wasn't the only collapsing home, apparently. 1340 North 5th. Also that part of town, Ed, if you want to say some more stuff about it. Roof building is starting to collapse. Everyone is out of the structure. Quincy Fire Department en route. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my goodness. It's the heat.
I don't know. Once again, this looks like looks like it's probably like an old like business though. It doesn't look like, but they've converted it to apartments. You can tell because they have the multiple power company meters right here on the side. This gentleman on the front here, getting a soda pop.
Oh yeah, cheapest pop in town, I bet.
It's probably 75 cents.
And it's a 20 ounce instead of a half liter or whatever.
Cheaping out. I've never seen a half liter vending machine though. You can only get those, the wide mouths at the Casey store or whatever. But apparently, and I knew about this, but Allison apparently didn't when we were talking about it. She's like, did you know they tear down houses around? I'm like, yeah, not enough. They condemn them and tear them down. It's, I can't remember what the name of the program is. It's like something like tear down or repair, but it's more clever than that. Anyway, they do an evaluation of derelict structures in town, and they decide if they're worth restoring or if they should just be demolished. And the city pays, but they don't have a big enough budget to take care of business, just for good. So they can hardly keep up with the structures that are failing in town.
That's too bad because there's a lot of classic architecture and stuff that it's not like cookie cutter just pieces of drywall and stuff.
Right. I think the trouble is that most of the teardowns are located in that part of town that you're criticizing.
Oh, what are you talking? What are you talking about?
And so they, and I've heard that they once were like nice old homes with like the classic wood molding and the insides and stuff. But since they've been like gutted and are just like falling apart and are ruined, so there really isn't much worth saving. But I don't know. The only time I've been inside, well, I was thinking about buying a house over there. Actually, we looked at one. It was weird. It was like a 3-story house. Anyway, I don't know. I've been inside that house and it was weird, but it wasn't like functionally condemned. And then the other one I've been in, like I was inside and the ceiling was like falling in, and it was like none of the lights worked. It was terrible. So, I don't have a lot of experience. I'm sure there are some nice houses over there, but
it's gonna cost you to,
who's got the money these days with the pandemics, plural?
Yeah, you get your stimulus checks.
Well, I don't know. Dollars don't quite go as far as it used to, but it will still fund virology research for gain of function of coronaviruses at a Wuhan lab in in the land of China. It's becoming even more clear, Adam, that apparently the coronavirus that caused this pandemic was leaked from that Wuhan virology lab, as the conspiracy theorists had been blabbing about without evidence over a year ago.
Yeah, we covered that a few months ago, too, that we actually were funding that.
Yeah. Recently, there was a Fauci email drop. Fauci's emails got released as part of a FOIA request, and they got leaked to the public, and they're finding all kinds of spicy stuff, like how they were suppressing the information that actually taxpayer dollars were funding Wuhan, China's virology lab, virus research. And included in this Vanity Fair news article, apparently, in one State Department meeting, officials seeking to demand transparency from the Chinese government say they were explicitly told by colleagues not to explore the Wuhan Institute of Virology's gain-of-function research because it would bring unwelcome attention to U.S. government's funding of it.
Yeah.
No, don't look under those rocks, please.
Yeah, it's a brood of vipers under there, don't.
Oh, I'm sure there's something under that rock, though. And we were told to get to the bottom of this. It's like, no. Look like you're getting to the bottom of this. Pandora's box has been opened, friend. We can't put it back in, and this will make everyone look bad.
It's so messed up.
What about next time?
So messed up too. No. Yeah. And
I've got my career to worry about.
Collusion with like the media and social media websites and stuff. Oh yeah, we can't let this dangerous misinformation get out, which was actually in fact true.
Adam, it's like times like these that you would say, well, we have to do it right. Because what about next time? We can't hide the truth. We can't not fix the problem because next time we don't want it to be like that. We need to nip it in the bud and stuff. But then they might... Next time?
Oh, you mean in like 50, 60, 70?
100 years from now? It was, not anytime soon. Beep, 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 beep,
oh,
beep,
no.
Breaking news. Justin, China reports the first human case of bird flu strain H1N3, or H10N3 in the world. Health authorities played down the outbreak, saying the case was a sporadic virus transmission. Hold on.
Oh no.
I think I've seen this show before. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop. Chinese government. Boop-a-doop-boop. Just then, more breaking news. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop. Chinese government says the first human case of H10N3 bird flu is unlikely to spread. Wait a minute.
Oh yes, I have seen this episode before.
China has reported that it had detected the first human infection of H10N3 strain of bird flu in a 41-year-old man. A statement released by the Chinese government said the risk of this strain of bird flu spreading from person to person is extremely low. It can't even spread from person to person, Adam. Not to be concerned. I'm with Marty McFly on this one. Hey! I've seen this one before. This is identical to how the coronavirus started. It's like, new coronavirus. A few people, probably direct zoonotic or receipt of the virus from a creature, likely a bat. Not spreading person to person. Oh wait, China's digging trenches and building mass hospitals. Don't worry, folks. They've reported their numbers of infected are very low. I'm not going in lockdown again, Adam.
No.
They can't make me do it.
It better be the 3% that I was 3% death that I saw. They estimated
3%. Oh gosh.
3% mortality rate. They estimated for the coronavirus initially.
Yeah, like whatever. There was varying rates. It was as high as like
SARS was like 10%.
Yeah, that's 10% was like the number that I remember being bandied about early on. Like, oh my gosh, we don't even know. This could be like the SARS 1 or whatever. It killed everyone. I don't know. Lord, take me now.
No.
But don't worry. Adam. I saw worry in your eye, and I just want to tell you not to worry. Because
my worry is that you might have a strain of the mind virus. So,
no, well, I've drunk all the Kool-Aid because however bad it gets, I know that this administration for this nation can handle it. There are a very serious group of people conducting themselves.
Please go jump in the Mississippi.
Conducting themselves professionally. Such a breath of fresh air from the reality show presidency of Donald J. Trump. As evidenced by this, Adam.
Oh my gosh! No, the nightmare continues.
What happens when Jen Psaki and internet stars get together? We'll find out tomorrow. Join the first ever social media briefing tomorrow. Tune in as Jen answers questions about jobs, the economy, and more. Watch here on youtube.com/White House. Jen is such an absolute superstar herself. Rock on, Jen.
I just thought, I don't know why. Intrusive thoughts, right? I just thought it'd be kind of hilarious if, like, one of these people on here was, like, Howard Stern.
I wish it was something. Well, we've got, like, the, aren't those like remodeling guys?
Yeah, Property Brothers. They're not internet YouTube stars. What's the deal?
Is that Kim Kardashian?
I have no clue.
I don't know who any of these people are.
No, it could just be a rando with the quote Kardashian look.
I don't
know who any of them are.
Well, I don't
Except the
Property Brothers. I've seen those guys. Tyler. I've seen those guys, Adam. They fix up houses.
Yeah.
Well, if the reality is star shtick doesn't get your goat, but at least Biden's found a way to finally get these dumb Americans to get their shots. Idiots. Get your vaccines, lame-o, so you're not murdering your grandma. But here's the little something sweet in the pot.
Zach, you're killing me here.
Biden promises free beer and child care if 70% of Americans get at least one vaccine shot before July 4th. That's right. This administration has partnered with Anheuser-Busch to provide some amount of free beers to everybody in the event that 70% of Americans are vaccinated by the 4th of July. There was various corporate partnerships also announced. One was like a YMCA drop-in care thing for people who need to go get the coronavirus vaccine and these sorts of things.
Why can't you just bring your kid and get the vaccine?
That's what I was just about to say. I don't see the big deal.
Sorry to steal your thunder, but it's like, why are you going to drive across town, drop your kid off, and then drive all the way back and get your vaccine, and then drive all the way and grab them? You don't even... Some action here on 18th Street.
Is that a siren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
just bring your child with you.
I can't. Some dude.
Well, it's like
by.
you. I can't bring my 5 kids with me to get the shot.
Get out of here.
They do make you sit there at a table for like 20 minutes, though. So.
Just to make sure you don't have an adverse reaction.
No, man. Whoa, watch that. Slow your roll here. We don't want to create an info hazard that might deter people from getting the vaccine if they knew that adverse reactions to the vaccine can be serious and result in death or permanent disability.
That was one of when I got the first time I got my flu vaccine. It was, I think I was like 27, and they're like, did you ever have any before? And I'm like, I've had vaccines. They're like, did you have the flu vaccine? And I'm like, no. And they're like, you need to sit here for at least 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh, why is that? And they're like, just to make sure you're not allergic. And I'm like, allergic? Like, yeah, there's like made from stuff with eggs in it, and then make sure that you're not allergic to egg parts. And I'm like, oh, I think there's more. Here, read the sheets. And I'm like, oh my gosh, 10 minutes?
I don't know. One of the disclosed side effects on I think about every injected vaccine that I've ever looked at says that there's about 1 in a million risk of having a severe allergic reaction and anaphylactic shock that could result in your demise. And that's on top of all sorts of myriad other things that could happen. That's just anti-vaxxer talk, though. You should disregard it and consider vaccines to be 100% safe. Losers.
This is a sheet that the doctors gave me.
No.
Like, hey, you might die. And I'm like,
quit being an alarmist. Anti-vax, anti-science, lame-o.
We believe that science is real.
Do you believe in science? Because I believe in science.
Is there like a, you know, the hydrogen atom or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Instead of like crossing yourself, you're just like, I believe in science.
I believe it's how you can tell because I've got the atomic symbol for hydrogen placed on my forehead in ashes. It's totally not a religion, bro. It's science.
It's actually anti-religion.
It's totally anti-religion. Science facts. Can't argue with the facts. You got any evidence for your so-called God? Yeah, he's just as real as some imaginary spaghetti monster that I manufactured out of my imagination hiding behind the moon. Can't confront that either. He could be there, Adam. Who's to say?
That's not. No. That's not evidence. You just did a claim. It's just another claim. What's the standard for your evidence? Oh, it is what I say it is. Okay.
You don't have to get salty with me, bro, just because you don't have any evidence at all for what your core beliefs are.
Zero evidence.
Got him, bro. But Plague Round 2 isn't the only thing going on. It is also, as referenced by our podcast location, the Pride Month is kicking off. And Joe Biden had some excellent words to say about where we've come as a country. And the diversity of our, media and stuff. And it was so insightful. I just thought I would share it here with you, Biden. You turn on the stations. You don't know how many commercials you see. 2 to 3 out of 5 have mixed race couples in them. That's not by accident. They're selling soap, man.
What does that even mean?
I think it's pretty plain. Moving on.
I don't even, I heard that, and I'm like, what? Because he's like, they're selling soap. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hold on.
2 hours. And I don't know how many commercials.
It's almost like
8 to 5. 2 to 3 out of 5.
2 to 3 out of 5.
Mixed race couples in them.
Mixed race couples.
That's not by accident. They're selling soap, man.
They're selling soap. Why do they need to bring in mixed race
Remember old
couples in this
Pactadell
thing?
used to say, you
They're
want to know
selling
what's
soap,
happening in
man.
American culture? Watch advertising.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying.
I think what he's getting at is America has come to a place where actually showing diversity and things that would have been unthinkable, 50 years ago, having mixed race couples even on the TV, even though, not really, but it could be used to actually do whatever marketing does to trigger your brain juices to want to buy the soap or whatever they're advertising, because they're using a mixed race couple in order to promote the product. People are so into mixed race couples now that it makes them want to buy the soap, man.
That's weird. I don't know. I still don't know what that. I cannot bridge the connection there. But okay.
I don't know. It doesn't make me want to buy soap to see a couple using soap on TV. It makes me want to buy soap if it cleans a baby duck that's been covered in oil.
That is good marketing. that is a good one.
That's the only soap that I'm sold on via marketing. Although every time I see
you got dishwasher soap and that dish soap you're bathing yourself with?
It's for hands and dishes, Adam. It says it
it's
right
so
on the
soft and gentle.
I use those detergents to strip every bit of oil off of my body. So clean.
What are you getting on? Never mind. I don't want to know.
But every time I see those commercials, I wonder if, I hope in my heart that what they did was they found a duck who had been coated in oil. And they just have that footage and a bunch of B-roll of it, of them then cleaning that duck. And I hope that they haven't, dipped a duck. It's take 5. Get a new duck. We got too much oil on the last one.
Throw the last one away.
Add it to the pile of the old ones. Jim, get rid of the pile of dead baby ducks we've killed trying to film this commercial. Oh my gosh. If we only knew, no one would buy soap again.
Don't worry. They're only a quarter of duck. We still got 95% of budget.
We could go through our entire allotment of ducks and we'll still make a profit on this shoot. But it's eating into your paycheck.
Oh, that's awful.
I don't, seriously, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's the same duck every time, and so I think it's option A. And I'm just going to stick with that so I can still feel good about my general purpose detergent I use for washing everything, including my my luxurious hair.
With Dawn.
This is Dawn hair, folks. But selling soap isn't the only thing that mixed race couples and racial diversity is good for. It's also good for virtue signaling during the month of June. You may have heard of the defense contractor Raytheon. This was their symbol nigh 1 week ago, and then they've updated it to display that they are, what do they call it? Simpatico? No. When you're like in it with somebody, there's a word often used with civil rights struggles.
I don't know.
Anyway, they're in it with the pride.
Ally?
No, it's something else. I can't even remember. Anyway. And so this, Raytheon, one example, but a lot of companies have switched their logos to include a rainbow in some form or fashion to signal their support for Pride Month and rights for LGBTQIAPD. I think plus. I don't know. I think I got a lot of them, but there's more. But it was funny because Raytheon, of course, builds bombs and drones and things and kills people. So it was like the meme come real. Laser guided bomb with I believe this is the trans flag with Black Lives Matter sticker on the side of it. Along with the Yes We Can, Black Lives Matter, rainbow flag carpet bombing drone. Somebody like in the thread of this picked up an interesting theme. And I think maybe, I don't know, just maybe, that these companies are just doing this for marketing. But how could we know? That's just a cynical take, you might say. They wouldn't do this just for marketing. Obviously, they've just rebranded to support globally human rights for the LGBTQIA plus folks. Except,
How could you tell the difference?
well, y'all, I guess you just have to look at their branding. Oh wait, yep, here we go. EYUS, obviously they support it. But wait, what's this? They have a Middle East division? Oh, it's obviously even more so Middle East. That's where they actively oppress and like state executions of homosexuals. Obviously,
they murder people.
Yeah, they're obviously going to promote pride and human rights for gays in the Middle East, aren't they? Oh, no, they're not going to do that. No rainbow branding on the Middle East. On the Middle East for EY. Oh, how about another one? Bain Capital. They're a global venture capitalist firm. Obviously, Bain Capital's main site. Very supportive of Pride. Very supportive, obviously, globally, which they have a global footprint worldwide, particularly the Middle East. These guys are going to take a stand for human rights for the gay community. Nope, they didn't. They didn't do it. They didn't do it either. Oh, yeah, it's just the normal branding. It's just like any other month in the Middle East for Bang Capital. Huh. It's almost like these companies don't care at all. And they're just trying to make sure that you keep buying their trash. Many such cases. This thread was rife with them. This guy, I don't know if it was just like had a day off, and he went around and just found them all. But it's like, hey, I don't know why people trust corporations, and they're like, they did this. Oh, I can't remember when it was. There was like a boycott or something, I can't remember, and people were going around like, Windex, where is your statement on
Oh no,
rights?
that was the Black Lives Matter thing last year, and when the genie guy was, because everyone was coming out with corporate statements, and then this guy was just figuring out which ones didn't, and he was like on the verge of like, why would this company have a statement type deal? Because like you have like Nike and whatever, and they have like sponsors. They sponsor athletes and stuff, and some of them are African American and whatnot. So they're like they would come up with these statements, and this guy on Twitter, his name was Genie, I think he's been since banned, but he was going around asking companies, and one of them was Windex, where they stood.
Yeah. And Windex probably should have just ignored it. I believe they made a statement.
I think they did. I think they referred to. I can't remember. I thought that they referred to like their parent company.
There very well like could be.
Johnson and Johnson or something. I don't know. Kimberly Clark.
Hey, everybody!
Whatever.
I'm looking at you right in the camera. These companies don't care about any of this stuff. They just want to make sure that they don't get bad press, so that people stop buying Windex or whatever, or Skittles. Skittles was probably the most woke because they.
I can't stop seeing this in my feed.
They have erased their colors from their product for the month of June. You have to buy gray Skittles now, apparently. And the cover says, only one rainbow matters during Pride. And give the rainbow instead of taste the rainbow is their logo. And it's a bag of Skittles, and they're apparently just like gray blobs.
Are they randomly flavored, or are they just like ash flavored?
I will never buy these. I'm a huge Skittles fan, but I'm not.
It tastes like grandma's ashtray.
I'm not eating gray candy. I'm just gonna skip out on Skittles for the month of June, and next year I'm gonna have to stock up beforehand. I got a problem with sugar and sweets, man, and this just puts a whole damper on my plan. Also, tell me what's wrong with this hand.
Don't even.
What is this situation here?
Don't make fun of someone's immutable characteristics.
People were saying that they turned it into the NPC gray.
Oh, yes.
But that's only because Twitter's original plan was to just make them white and take out all the color, but they ran into a problem. Skittles originally had the white kind of Skittles, and it was the Pride version of Skittles, and so they were the white Pride Skittles.
This was last year, I think.
They ended up catching a bit of flack for creating white Pride Skittles for the month of June, and so they went with NPC Gray this year. But, so, I don't know if they've learned their woke lesson that there is no way to be woke enough. And I'm sure people will find a way to attack them for their attempt to signal. But there's no end to the signaling, Adam. Because did you know There was a man. There was a man, a settler in the land of California, a native Hawaiian gentleman who was influential during his time and a successful landowner and businessman. And his name was Jim. And Jim happened to have a number of things named after him. Jim Crow Canyon, Jim Crow Creek, and Jim Crow Road. But nobody knows who Jim Crow was. All they know is Jim Crow, the oppressive political agenda executed throughout the South following Reconstruction and into the Civil Rights era that persecuted black folks. And so they decided that they want to strip old Jim's name off of all of his historically named things. You're out of beer. And that's
I know, and this is...
Today, people who own property along the road say Jim Crow has got to go. It's just like, we have to divorce everything from any context or history and then take the most facially, knee-jerk approach to all this stuff. Of course, you can't hold it past. I wouldn't put it past California to pull off crap like this. They were trying to remove Abraham Lincoln's name from schools and things.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Let his name be stricken from every tablet and every face of the...
And it's so weird because it's like, okay, this was a native Hawaiian. It wasn't some white man out there unjustly wielding his privilege to strike it rich in Gold Rush, California. But it was a native Hawaiian gentleman. I guess he was probably wielding white supremacy, though, Adam, as far as I can tell.
Well, there is some discussion whether or not the AAPI community is also white adjacent. So they are, depending on the source or scholar, they might also be white. So
adjacent.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta check your sources.
Well, it is like that New Illinois law you found.
It's not. It's okay.
Resolution.
It's not a law. It's a resolution where it went through and declared equal pay day and then broke it down by minority groups for women. So they had a equal pay day for black women on X date, and an equal pay day for Native American women on X date, and then equal pay day for Latino women on X dates. But
they're just Latinas. It's a gendered language.
That's okay.
So
Maybe
women,
yes.
Latinas.
Okay, exactly. Yes. But I was saying So, but they didn't have anything for Asian American or Pacific Islander women. They didn't have it. No equal pay day for them. And so I'm like, that was weird. Like, wouldn't you have a Asian American equal pay day? Maybe not.
I said,
apparently not for the General Assembly.
Well, it's weird because Asian women, it's going to encompass Asia is a large place.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got a lot of different stuff going on. But I told you the problem was probably that some East Asian women in America make more money than white men, on average. So if you include them, I think it's like, okay, well, what's the stats on that? Oh, they make $1.15 for every dollar a white guy makes. Maybe they've already achieved equal pay. Then again, if you have
that wouldn't be equal. It wouldn't be equal.
They've surpassed equal pay. That's what we want.
That's not. Oh, gosh. Words mean things, and equal is equal.
Adam. Here's what we're talking about. White people oppress everyone, and so
And that's where the thing is. That's where the thing is, where it's like, oh well, they're actually whites or white adjacent.
Adam, white men oppress everyone. And it's shown by the fact that white men make more money than women. And particularly women of minority groups. And that shows the oppression. Except when they don't make more money than minority women. For example, Japanese immigrants, let's say. And then in which case we see that the Japanese immigrants might make more money, but that's because they've reached equal pay. That's why they make more. That's what equal means.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's completely accurate because of what words mean. One, and I think there might be additional factors that aren't fully delved into when these things are pronounced.
You just cherry pick your stats anyway, because I'm sure you could get like some, I don't know, Pakistani immigrants that make less, 50 cents for the dollar or whatever.
It bothers me so much because it's like, there's no. Hey, guess what? There's a group of Korean immigrants in town who have opened up a Korean barbecue, and you know what? Oh my gosh! All demographics love the Korean barbecue, and so they all go and spend their money. And you know what? No one cares. They just care that, hey, guess what? I'm counting my money from a Korean barbecue. And the people who are eating are like, oh man, I love Korean barbecue. That's all I care about.
It's very good.
Hey, could you teach me how to do this? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't know, Adam. These statistics, you can't argue with the science. Unless you're a science-denying racist. Don't worry, Adam. There is, as mentioned, a way out.
There's a way out.
There's a way out. For those of you who don't know, today is Killdozer Day. 17 years ago today, an entire town found out. Mark Heemeyer, there's actually a documentary about this on the old Netflix, if you want to look it up, called Tread. Had thought that he had been wronged by the town of Granby, Colorado. And so, in a last act of vengeance, he bought a Komatsu bulldozer, fitted it with steel plate filled with concrete, and all sorts of stuff. There was like TV, or there's like cameras on it so they could see like a closed circuit television thing, yeah, so that he could drive it without having to stick his head out. He had like air compressors to blow the dust off of like his viewing ports. He had like 50 caliber rifles and gun ports aimed out so he could take shots and stuff. Anyway, he wielded his killdozer to destroy the property of those who wronged him. And I don't know what the true story is, but I do know that that Mark Heemeyer went out with a bang. Literally. Because once his killdozer got hung up and broke down after it fell halfway into a basement, he took his own life with a pistol he had with him for that purpose. The man had lost his damn mind, and thank God he didn't murder anybody other than himself. But it is Killdozer Day. And then I was also reminded, apparently, today something else happened. I couldn't imagine what, since no one talks about it hardly ever. And it doesn't even exist in some parts of the world.
Oh, that's true. Is this another killdozer?
I don't even know. I've never heard of this before.
Oh, what is that?
Nothing. Don't you worry about it.
Can you Google search that? Can you search it on Bing, maybe?
No, Adam. Here's the answer. 32 years ago today, nothing happened. And
Oh my gosh.
It's an empty street in Tiananmen Square with no tanks or anything. But after my killdozer rampage, when I'm laying on my deathbed, I'll be there peacefully waiting to slip into oblivion when... Rap, 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 rap.
Oh, no. It's the death horse.
In France, apparently, Peyo, a beautiful 15-year-old stallion, comes to comfort and soothe terminally ill patients at the teacher hospital in Calais. The horse always chooses which patient he wants to see, kicking his hoof outside the door.
Oh, this is the start of some, like, horrid, grim fairy tale.
It is I, Peyo,
Grimm's brother.
the death horse. We shall fjord the river Styx together, Meemaw. The ferryman has been furloughed. Have you an apple or sugar cubes? No matter. Peyo shall grab some from the nurse's station on her way out.
Look at its eyes.
Oh, you know, it's so
It's a demon horse.
creepy. I saw... I can't even find them all. There was a bunch of people were going in on the Peyo thing, and it was hilarious. But anyway, I don't have those. So that's what it'll be. Who is that at my door? It is I, Peyo. I've come for you. Oh, Peyo, guide me through the next world. Yes, climb aboard me. We shall ride. Oh. On that note, we'll have to wrap up our show, as usual, our ice cold fact of the week, coming to you straight from Ice-T's Twitter feed. Ice cold fact. The hardest thing for a real hustler to do is relax. Trust me, it takes time to learn how to just chill. I think that's what Ice-T does. We just need to chill out, man. Everything's going to work itself out in the end, and eventually we'll all be dead.
I don't think that last part is what he's getting at.
Well, I don't know what else it could be. That's the only thing I could think of.
I saw on that account you shared with me, that Insane People tweets. This girl's like, "Hey, I got money and I fixed my teeth," and it's just like, nice set of teeth, and like a response was, "Why even do that? In a few years, the worms will eat it and melt it down." And I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you even say that to someone?
I don't know. People are insane. That's what the whole count's about. They're not right in the head, Adam.
No. Nope. Hey, ladies, buy this new. Okay, sorry.
That's our show tonight, folks. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you like our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. You comment below on what you thought we got wrong tonight. Obviously nothing, because we are totally right about everything. Always. You can follow us on social media. Our account handles are located below. Along with the Triggered Media account on Twitter, I believe it has 4 followers. So you could be number 5. Subscribe.
Ooh.
Get a special shout out on the show. Yeah. Also share the video around, because I know you know somebody who's going to love this amazing content. Don't deprive the world of what you've seen here tonight.
Was that jazz hands or what?
No. Jazz hands are like this. This is more like an interpretive dance.
Oh, okay.
Adam, did you have anything you would like to add here at the end of the show tonight?
I do not. I think we've said enough.
I think you're right. As always, folks, we hope you have a good night. And we'll see you next time on Triggered. Good night.